In an interview following the second episode of Marvel's She-Hulk, Mark Ruffalo opens up about the future of the Hulk, this time teasing what exactly could be happening next, and even names the World War Hulk project and says that could be a few years away. So this comes at us from an interview that Mark Ruffalo did with EW, where he's talking about the future of the Hulk and his job at Marvel Studios, and he's definitely indicating that things are not over, and that business might actually be picking up for the Hulks in the MCU. Because when talking about what comes next, he says that really anything is worth exploring because there's so much to do with the Hulk. But he specifically brings up World War Hulk by name, saying that in the next couple of years, they could literally go anywhere with it, and that's the exciting part. And he says that the same way that he's played close to 5 different versions of the Hulk now, if you look at everything, and then what he's currently doing in She-Hulk, that the character is always growing. And you never know what the plans for the Hulk are, but specifically, the fact that he would like to do a World War Hulk, and that in the next couple of years we might actually be seeing it depending on what the audience wants. He did also say that depending on what happens next, they could also go backwards because there's still the 2 years that he was out there in space that we know very little about, and they could fill in those gaps or try to connect that with the modern story and do various things. So it definitely seems like that there's been quite a bit of chatter in regards to Hulk, because the way he's talking about it seems to be way more in line with what many producers, executives, and even Kevin Feige has teased. And again, we don't really know when World War Hulk is going to happen, but so many things are pointing towards that direction that at this point it's gotta happen, and it's gotta be a Hulk project, or it's gonna be something a little different, like maybe it's multiple Hulks in the project. It's not just the Hulk, World War Hulk, right? Maybe it's Marvel's World War Hulk or Avengers World War Hulk, but then that would mean it's probably after Secret Wars or somewhere in there. For all we know, the World War Hulk story could become a multiverse story, like it legitimately could, because they're not going to adapt the comic straight up. We know that's not a thing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next, but the fact that they're openly name-dropping it now and saying, oh yeah, within the next 2 to 5 years, you could see World War Hulk, that's more optimistic than anything before.